12 years ago, two really bad things happened to me here in Costa Rica. The first one was I got Lyme disease, and that disease took over my life, every single facet of my life. I struggled for years and years to get rid of the disease, and it just made me a completely different person. The second one is a little bit harder to talk about, and I'm not quite ready to share everything, but if you're interested, keep a watch out on my memoir because it gives harrowing details. But I walked through some trauma that shouldn't have happened. That trauma also took over my life. And it wasn't until I went to EMDR many years later, found the acceptance of the thing that happened, and was able to process through therapy and healing and God and praying. And I think the last piece of it was actually coming back to the place that the two very bad things happened to me and rewriting that story. And this video is for anyone that's feeling stuck or feeling like they don't have control over the trauma that took place in their life. It alters you, it changes you as a person, but I want to offer you a hope because I am physically sitting here 12 years later, fulfilled in a beautiful marriage and have beautiful relationships around me with God at the center. And it wasn't until I actually understood and I accepted the fact that, hey, these things took place and it wasn't okay, but you can rewrite your story. You have any possible moment at any time you can say, excuse my French, but F this. This is something that happened to me, but it's not going to have authority over my life. Finding forgiveness in whoever hurt you. And forgiveness is really hard, I understand, because if somebody took something from you, or if you have a disease and you just are mad at God, you're mad at the world, I get it. I am walking proof that you can go through really hard things and come out the other side a better human, because Romans 8:28, God works all things together for his good. And I know trauma is not good. Disease is not good. Experiencing really hard things in your life, not good. But God uses every single one of them. And whether we can see it or we can't, we know at the end of the day, he is going to use it. I decided to come back to the very place that made me change who I was forever. And I don't know if you can hear the beautiful bugs and monkeys and birds right now. I'm literally in the jungle. And I forgot how much I love this place. I forgot that I love speaking Spanish. I forgot so many different things because of the trauma that took place in my life. It took many things from me. But the beautiful part is that you can decide at any moment, like I said, to rewrite your story. If I would have let fear stop me, I would have missed this. Sometimes you just have to go. That's the biggest way to face your fear, is you just do the thing, and the motivation and the courage comes after. That's what's so wild about courage, I think. I spend my life in anxiety, let's not get me wrong, but I'm proud of myself for pushing past all the trauma and all the things. My brother's going crazy. But yeah, you have to almost bully your own mind and say, you are not in control of me. I have my own authority over my own head, and God gave me the spirit of power, love, and a sound mind, not of fear. You can't change what happened, but you can change moving forward from this very moment, how you're going to live your life. Are you going to let that person that divorced you have authority over your life anymore? Or that person that broke your heart and just abandoned you, allow to have so much power over your life that you can't get into another relationship? Do you understand how ridiculous that sounds? And I get it. It is hard to forgive. But I forgive every person that's done me wrong. Because God says, when you forgive, you too are forgiven. And it just allows you to release the pain from your heart, release the tension and the angst, and release that person. Because if we don't forgive, we're like taking a knife, stabbing it in our sides, and twisting it ourselves every time we think about it. Let it go, you guys. Let it go, because if you're still walking on earth, God's not done with you. And people have experienced some really hard things. I had somebody comment that they just lost their wife of 60 years, and I'm so sorry. There's nothing right about that, and there's nothing easy about that. And I'm not saying you're going to get over that. I am just saying each day, look for the good. Try to find the smallest amount of good you can possibly find, whether it be you feel like your wife is talking to you, whether you pray to God and you just say, I hate XYZ, please help me. Like, that's good because you're running to Him. You're asking Him for comfort. And I read something earlier this morning, and it was basically saying how humans pray for automatic satisfaction, like we expect an automatic answer. When God hears our cries, He hears our desires, but He doesn't necessarily give us everything that we want right then. One other thing, I used to get panic attacks like every single day, and it was from the trauma and just all around my messed up system. I felt a little bit anxiety coming back here, I'm not gonna lie. Like, I felt verge of panic attack a couple of different times, but I'm just saying this because nothing, like, no journey is perfect, but it's so worth it. And like, literally just breathe through it. And then the scripture on my mind was, God did not give me the spirit of fear, but of power, love, and a sound mind. So I highly recommend just finding a few scriptures, putting it in your heart so you can meditate on it anytime panic starts to come. I am making this for the person that is struggling with trauma and doesn't know how to get out. Please go see someone, and please just face the fact that something XYZ took place. And I don't know what you're walking through, but do not wait 10 plus years like I did to finally face that thing that took place, because that thing affects every facet of your life more than you realize. The relationships, whether you don't let people get close to you, whether you can't walk in crowds. I have a bunch of friends with PTSD from the military. It's scary. Of course it's scary to go and talk about those really hard things. And it's hard. And it's like, feels like in some moments in therapy that you're reliving, but you're not, because you are rewiring. You're rewiring the thing that happened to you, and whether or not you believe it, it works. What's so wild is if I would have let fear take over my life like I did for 12 years and not process my trauma and fear Lyme disease again, I would never have seen something like this. You can't let fear take over your life like I did. Reality is we get one life, and fear is something of the devil, it's not of God. So if you are struggling with something, I challenge you to face your fears and process your trauma and try again. Rewrite the story. You can always rewrite your story. If you're alive, you can rewrite your own story. I am sitting here and I just want you to know that there is a way to rewrite your story. There is a second chance for you. And yeah, this trip has shown me so many things. I'm solo with my brother, my little brother. Wow, there's a vulture up there. I'll show it to you in a minute. But life is so beautiful. So stop living like you're stuck in the past. Stop letting the thing that happened to you take over your entire life. And I know it's really hard. Again, I'm not like undermining the fact that anything that you walked through wasn't hell, because I've walked through some hell. But I'm still standing, I'm still breathing, and I still see the good in every single day.
We have the whole hot springs to ourselves right now. Say what's up.
What's up, man?
It's amazing. The water is warm. So freaking peaceful.
I haven't always been like that. I hope that whoever hears this, like, hears it in your heart and like actually makes a decision to change and to chase healing, chase God, chase becoming a new version of yourself. Ask for help. Say, whoever's around you, hey, I'm struggling with this, like, help me. What do I do? And God will show up. He'll put the perfect people in your life, the perfect medical intervention in your life. You need to have the discernment, though, of what to do next. God gave us free will. He's not just going to pluck you up from the bed and make you get out of the house. That's free will. So I am just sitting here and I am praying for every single person on the other end of this camera that there is healing, there is hope. You just have to make the first step, and God will follow the rest. I also think part of us are afraid of who we might discover we are without the trauma. And I know it sounds really weird, but you've lived with that thing for so long that it's like a little bit scary to think about not having that thing to like use as a crutch. But God's saying, it is time, my kid, my child, to let go and become who you're really supposed to be. And I just hope that you hear this loud and clear, that You are not your trauma. You are not your depression. You are not your disease. You are a child of God, fearfully and wonderfully made. You are a masterpiece of His hand. So start acting like it. Period. Like, start acting like you are the most valuable thing in the world, because you are. I think it's like 1 in 100 trillion or 300 trillion, something astronomical, that you as a human were born, because we have so many things to fight against. We have, like, there's all the little sperm that like make their way to the egg, but you were the one that was chosen. God chose you. He knit you together perfectly in the womb. He knew you before you were created. So start acting like it. Heal your trauma and start living like you are the best damn thing that God has ever seen. Glory to Him. Give the glory to Him. Period.